everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another do-it-yourself embellishment, and I'm going to do again make your own alphas, and these ones are going to be so that you can make sort of your own fake thickers. So I have a Dynamics die here from MFT. It is called By the Letters Uppercase. Okay, so I just have my Cuttlebug here. I just have some white cardstock, and I'm just showing you, you could do that with any kind of alphas or words that you wanted, or any shapes for that matter, right? And so I just have some white cardstock, because then you can make it whatever color you want once it's all done. And you need at least 3 or 4 of each letter. So I'm going to do an A. And I've never used these before, so I just got to cut them apart. You could leave them together, but I don't want every time I do these letters that I have to cut out every single one, so I'm just going to separate them. So I'm just going to do an A and a B. And I'm going to add, I think I can probably add at least 3 and cut 3 at once. There you go. And then I just add I added the green plate, the C plate, a B, and I label mine cutting. And then I have a metal shim for those thin dies so that it is thick enough. And I'm just going to go one way and then come back. And that should cut it through. Okay, so here are the A's. And the B's. I think I'm going to get maybe 1 more or 2 more. This cardstock is the one that you can get at Michael's, so it's super thin. So if it was like Stampin' Up! Cardstock or something like that, you probably only need like 3. But this cardstock is way thin, and it's way cheap too, so can't complain, right? You can use your 50% off coupon with it. And okay, what am I doing? There you go. Trying to go too fast here. Okay, run that through again. And I have 5 of each right now. So I'm going to start with that and see how it goes. So I tried all different kinds of glues for this, I guess, technique, or this way to make my own thickers alpha. And I found that the only glue that works really well, I guess I could have went through it one more time. There you go. And if you have little residue there, you can just use like a little scissors or craft knife and just cut that off. I think my die moved, so I have little residues there. There we go. Okay, so the glue that I found that's worked the best is the Tombow Mono Liquid Glue Aqua. And that is the glue that I found that has worked every time for me. And it makes it so that the letters are like thickers, like they're thick like thickers, and I love that. I guess the third one didn't go through. Maybe I should have just done 2. There we go. I'll just put that one on the bottom, and you won't even be able to tell. So you start with your first layer, and then you just keep putting, the other letter over top. So there's a nib part or a pen, and then a broad, and then the broad kind of has a rubber tip there. And see, it's sort of like, I don't know, it looks almost like water. But the great thing is that when it dries, it gets really, really like sturdy, and it makes your paper super thick and sturdy. So then it feels like an alpha, like a thicker sticker. And then you just line them up. And then you take the other one and you put it over top. And I like, you know, you can do them in whatever color cardstock, but I like in white because then you can totally make a whole bunch at once. And then just keep them white. And then just use them. Change the color when you know what title you want to make. And then the last one on top. And then what you can do too is just do the bottom part all white, and then when you're ready, when you know the letter that you want, you can just cut one of that color. Let's say if I wanted blue, well, I could just make the last one blue, but then you will see the white on the side. So, but you could take a marker and color the sides. So you leave that together and you let it dry, and then when it's, and see, then you get the dimension like a thicker. And then when it's all dried, it gets really, really hard and not flexible at all. And then it is like a thicker. And like I said, usually I use the Stampin' Up! Cardstock. I thought that's what I had picked up, but that's not what I had picked up. So it's really flimsy cardstock. I think I prefer the Stampin' Up! Cardstock for this, but I think this will still work. So again, I'm just putting, and I just make sure that I go right at the end. It's really messy on the fingers, but I really like the alphas like that. And it, you know, makes it quite cost effective too, because a bottle like this will last you forever. And then you buy, you know, 1 or 2 dies, and you can make all the thickers that you want. You can buy a, you know, a font that you really like, and then you'll never run out of those A's or those E's or the letters that we run out of so often. Said it's super messy, but it doesn't take long. Once you have your letters punched out, and I'm not being careful, you know, I'm just making sure that the letters line up and that glue dries clear. So that's pretty cool, and it gives a ton of dimension. Just keep a baby wipe really close. And that's cool. So that is making your own thickers. I love that. I love the dimension, and you get tons of shadow. Okay, so another thing that you can do is you can use the Tombow Mono Liquid Glue, this one here. And this has kind of a 2-function thing. If you use it right away, you can glue some die cuts and, you know, little things. But then if you spread it out and you let it dry, it becomes this string of glue that is tacky, and then you can do something like this. So many things. You can foil this, put some glitter on it, you know, so many things. Put some color, and then, you know, tons of stuff, and then emboss it with clear embossing powder. But these are my Peerless Watercolors, and they come like this, but I didn't want to, you know, use the whole thing. I wanted to make little it's not really a sample because you can get a lot of watercoloring done with this. So I just took a piece of cardstock. I added, you know, 6 strings of that liquid Tombow Mono Liquid Glue. And I let it dry until it was completely dry and it becomes tacky. And then I just glued my Peerless Watercolor sample or little piece onto this. And then I can just put it in there. And then when I'm doing a project, I can just remove the colors that I want. Or at one point, this is going to be all gone. And then I can just take this off if it's ruined or whatever. And then just make another one for the warm sepia again. And then I can use this like forever. And then you can use this technique with so many other things, with foiling and all kinds of stuff. So I just thought I would quickly share how you can use this Tombow Mono Liquid Glue Aqua and the Tombow Mono Liquid Glue. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hi everyone, it's Nicole, and I thought I'd just come and show you, these are dry now, and they are like super hard. And remember I told you this was the cheap cardstock from Michael's, so usually I use this Stampin' Up, but it's stiff, like, so it feels like a chipboard letter. So now at this point what I could do is, you know, if I'm doing a layout and I want this in a pattern paper, well, I could just cut it out once with that pattern paper that I want and then cover the whole, you know, the whole title with that pattern paper, each letter, and still using the Tombow Aqua liquid glue, and it would become, once it dries, it would become stiff like that again, and so like a thicker. Or I can use distress paints, color, you know, the outside of them and all the sides and everything, and then it would become that color. Or let's say if you put pattern paper on, well, then you can take a marker and just color the sides with a coordinating color so that you don't see the white. And so this is a fun tip to do, you know, use the Tombow Mono Liquid Glue Aqua, because it makes super stiff letters, and it really looks like chipboard letters from thickers. So you're only limited from, you know, the dies that you have, but if, you know, then you'd only have to buy the dies that you really like, and then you can make all the thickers that you want. So thanks for watching. Bye.